Coming up next, boys high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Good evening and welcome to Lorain High School. It's varsity basketball, Lake Erie League style. And Jay Ferguson, Bob Raskich here with you as the Lorain Titans 8-1 on the season host the Cleveland Heights Tigers 7-4 on the season. And this is an early season matchup for first place in the Lake Erie League, Bob.
Jay, both teams are undefeated. Obviously, Lorain High 8-1, 4-0 in the league. Cleveland Heights 7-4, also 4-0 in the league. Don't be confused about their 4 losses. They lost to a ranked Springfield, Akron St. V, very good Shaker team, and a very good St. Ignatius team. Those are their 4 losses.
And in order to be a good team, you need a big and you need a guard. And both of these teams have a big and a guard.
Yep.
Tyreek Smith is the big for Cleveland Heights, number 4, ready to jump center. He's 6'5", and he's going to Ohio State on a football scholarship. And the guard, number 3, Yaheel Hill, is 6 foot, and he's one of the best in the Lake Erie League for 4 years. On our side, number 3, Devon Grant, is as good a guard as there is in the LEL. And Tate Pierre-Lewis has been very effective as our big. Weatherington gets us started with a pass from Grant.
Oh, we're picking them up full court.
Going to pick them up, got to space them out. They're so big. They start 6'3" and 6'5", but this is 6'5" of muscle. I mean, he's going to play football for Urban Meyer on the defensive line. You got to have some strength to do that. And he hurt us last year. Nice back cut there by Grayson Green, who gets them on the board with a layup, 2 apiece. Grant, Jordan Jackson, floating one-hander, no.
No, you've got to get back on defense against Heights.
Pierre-Lewis with the block on Green. Back comes Grant. Weatherington into the lane, throws up a floater over Smith for his second basket. 4-2 Weatherington. That was Yaheel. No, that was Javon Roberts all the way to the hole. He's going to get. You know what threw me off there?
He's at the top. That's what threw you off.
What threw me off there as Pierre-Lewis picks up the foul is his shirt caught my eye because he's got a 216 on the sleeve, and he's not supposed to be able to wear that. And I was going, why did he have his warm-up on? It's got to be a plain T-shirt.
Oh, I thought you were confused because he was up at the top of the offense.
No, the 216 caught my eye, and it just threw me off. First I'd noticed it. Knocks down the first one, Roberts. And with 6:41 in the first, he's going to left-hand the second one off. Crite with the rebound. Jodeci Crite, 0. Jordan Jackson, number 1. Day Grant for 2.
Nice.
Length of the court dribble, and it's 6-3 Lorain. And Yaheel Hill hadn't touched the ball yet. In low to Smith. Smith, there's Yaheel Hill. Nice reverse through the pivot. Pierre-Lewis with the rebound on the long 3. Jordan Jackson. Jordan Jackson's been playing really well. Pulls up and knocks it down.
He's become that third scorer, Jay.
Yep. Starting with the Shaw game at Shaw, Jordan Jackson has really stepped up his game.
6'4", too, and just a sophomore.
Not a sophomore anymore. Now he's a player. That's what I tell him when I see him. So this is Smith and Pierre-Lewis. And 3-ball, Javon Roberts. 8-6 Lorain. Pierre-Lewis handling it against Smith. Jackson. Titans without a real post presence allow that shot off. And
you've got to get back on defense against Heights.
And that's Roberts. He's got 6. We've seen that at all 3 levels tonight. They convert from.
You have to.
Now they're face guarding Pierre-Lewis, which is interesting. And because we don't really have a post presence, Tyreek Smith gets to rest down here on defense. If you watch, you'll just see him travel. Pierre-Lewis traveled with the ball. The pass kind of put him in trouble there, into traffic. But Smith is just kind of wandering around in the middle of the lane, not guarding anyone. Grayson Green will inbound. That's Smith. He gets it back to Roberts. 8-8 as Cleveland Heights looks for the lead for the first time tonight. Near side Green, up top Smith. Roberts. Green. There's Yahel Hill. Pull up 17-footer. He hits the deck. The shot hits the back of the rim. And the rebound comes down to Smith.
Nice.
Jackson stripped him.
Yeah.
Back comes Grant, 3-on-1, bad spacing. Euro step miss. Rebound for Smith. He's contested by Weatherington, and back comes Green. Layup up and in by Grayson Green on the nice feed from Lamaro Smith. Jordan Jackson gets it in and gets it back. 4:14 to go, first quarter, 10-8 Cleveland Heights. Jordan Jackson dribbles with it. Three ball from Grant was short. Green gets a rebound. Subs at the table for Lorain. Shot up, no. Rebound.
Okay.
Going to go the other way. Tyreek Smith is going to get the foul.
All right. Well, he is relentless getting after the glass.
And there's a lot of him. Jaden Sledge, 23.
But there's no fat there, Jay.
No.
I mean, he is chiseled.
Number 11, Cam Davis. He has 20 on the roster, but he's number 11 tonight. And also into the game, Jodeci Crichton. Titans get away with one. Jodeci never sat out. Grant will bring it ahead. 3:44 to go. Cleveland Heights 10-8. Day Grant had it poked away from behind and then a release. Nice hustle there by Cam Davis, who prevented a fast break, was unable to control it, but back pressure there prevented the break. One thing we have seen at all three levels of this program is Cleveland Heights is relentless defensively, and you cannot relax. You stand up, three ball on the inbound, no. Pierre Lewis aboard. You stand up on the dribble, you're going to get picked. If you throw a casual pass, it's going to get stolen. Pierre Lewis, that's a charge, and that's trouble.
Wow.
That's 2 on Pierre Lewis.
Wow.
3:17 in the first quarter. Mark it down.
And here comes the sub.
Jordan Jackson back quick.
We need every bit of size as we can put on the floor, Jay.
Well, and it helps on the way. On Tuesday, Lavelle Hall will be eligible. He's had to sit the first 11 games, but he's going to add a 6'5" body to the mix. Tyreek Smith one-on-one against Crichton. Then they cleared the track.
He did. I don't think I'd stand in there for that charge either.
Jordan Jackson carried the basketball. He sure did. The hesitation dribble is, more and more being recognized for what it is. You're carrying the ball.
Jackson just appears to be much more confident.
Oh, so much more relaxed on the court.
I can't get a good feel for what they're doing offensively.
Well, they haven't had to run much of an offense. This is Yahel Hill. That we know what that is. Whistle, jump ball.
Jump ball, nice.
Both officials had it as Jodeci Crichton tied up Tyreek Smith. Now, Titans are very ball vulnerable in the middle here. Keith Jackson to inbound.
Good cut.
Tyreek Smith makes the cut. There had to be something there as he jumped with the ball and got it back.
Absolutely.
I don't know what the call was. It could have been a foul, could have been a travel, but it can't be a no call when you jump with the ball. And don't lose it. Jackson, he's got Tyreek Smith. Lucky him. They look like the number 10 together. All the way to the hole. Day Grant misses the layup. 12-8 Heights as Smith gets another board. Yahel Hill works against Grant. Grant holds him. See, this is what the problem Cleveland Heights presents is your two best offensive players have to check their two best offensive players. Smith's going to come out now. Number 1, Isaiah Higgins into the game, 6'4" senior.
I still can't get a grip on him. I thought so much more of the offense would go through the Hill.
And it might eventually. This is Higgins. But they have gotten everybody involved so far. Penetration down low. Higgins has it, kicks it back out, fakes the 3, and that being Roberts. This is Hill. 24 is Keith Jackson. 41 Green. Back to Green. Higgins in the middle, back out to Jackson. Nice pass underneath and a layup up and in by Grayson Green. Nicely done there. Step in from the backside, and it's 14-8. Jordan Jackson. Sledge with a back cut. Jackson cross court. Cam Davis into traffic, and I call it a turnover because I don't think it was a shot. And then offensive foul called as the forearm of Keith Jackson. Oh my, as his namesake would say on the NCAA football game. And Justin Ruiz in for Jaden Sledge. Cleveland Heights also with the sub. 10, Andre Cash. Roberts is guarding Grant. Sledge fakes it into the lane. On the run, had it knocked away. Titans are relying on the individual move right now. Rebounded over Grant, but then Grant spiked it away out of the hands of Higgins.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of last year, when there was, one pass and somebody would try to score off of an individual move.
Nice.
Get alert.
Dead ball sleepiness from the Titans results in Grayson Green's 8th point, and he's the difference, 16-8 Cleveland Heights. 6-0 since Pierre Lewis had to go to the bench with his second foul. Ruiz, Grant. Cam Davis. Jordan Jackson. You couldn't get an assist right now if you wanted to. There's nobody to throw it to other than a long shot.
Well, their help defense is pretty good, Jay.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's why if we're going to rely on individual moves to win this game, we're going to be in trouble.
Ouch.
3 ball there by Keith Jackson.
9 seconds in the quarter.
19-8, 9-0 run. Grant, Jackson, that's a long one as the quarter comes to an end. Cleveland Heights 19, Lorain 8. Back with second quarter action after this timeout.
Ian Ralston was a combat medic who was injured in Iraq. When I met Ian, I knew we had to help him get his housing grant, an auto grant, and every benefit to live as normal a life as possible. And we did.
PVA has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans get the care and benefits they've earned.
My name is Jason Stevenson, and I work for Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures.
Lorain ball to start the second quarter. Devon Grant has it 19-8. Cleveland Heights with a 11-point lead after one. Pierre Lewis is back in with 2 fouls. Weatherington to the rim threw up a crazy one. Goes out of bounds off of, I believe, Hill. Nobody on the Cleveland Heights bench agrees. Coach Will Grant. Pierre Lewis to inbound the ball. Jackson Skip pass taken away, and Weatherington waited for it, and here comes Andre Cash all the way to the rim, blocked by Grant. Kreit picked it up. Grant on a lope down the lane, body away from the rim, got nothing, and back comes Cleveland Heights for a dunk, maybe.
Yeah, well,
laid up and in by Keith Jackson.
I think we've said it about 4 times now. You have to get back on defense. When a point guard attacks, as we did, somebody has to rotate back.
21
because
to
it's too hard to score against their half-court defense, Jay.
The lead is 13. The lead is 13, and the run is 13. It was 8-8.
They are in great help position defensively, and then when you do beat somebody off the dribble, they attack.
Somebody else, yeah. Air ball for Jackson, and a rebound to Keith Jackson for Cleveland Heights, 21-8. You know, this team had Lorain down and should have had him out last year at Warrensville Heights, which is where they played their home games. Whistle.
Yeah.
Somebody grabbed the roll man. I think Higgins got grabbed on the way to the basket, and it was Jordan Jackson. Oh, they're going to call that illegal screen on them. Isaiah Higgins called for the illegal screen. I'll take that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was illegal. He moved, and then he did a reverse pivot to post, kind of seal.
He sealed and rolled. 21-8. Lorain needs a hoop. You know, basketball is always a game of matchups, and right now, until the Titans figure out how to score the ball in the half court, this is a bad matchup. That's a crazy one, back up and in by Jodeci Kreit on the air ball from the corner. Stops the bleeding a little bit at 21-10. Heights had been 13 in a row to that point. Actually 15 in a row. The Titans led at 8-6. Yahil Hill up and under Grant. Glass, no. Grant had a rebound knocked away from him.
Jay, we saw that in the first 2 games. They attack rebounders.
Well, in the first 2 games, that was not a foul. Yahil Hill gets the foul as he sent Grant sprawling. Now here comes the bell cow, Tyreek Smith back in.
See, I just think we have to be more patient. It's not like they're taking you in denial on the perimeter. You can run an offense. You have to show some patience, though. Get the ball reversed, then attack
off the dribble. Zone right there.
Yep, they switched.
Pierre Lewis attacks the
nice spin move.
Triple team, though, and back comes Heights. Interesting that they would switch. Give you something to think about, I guess.
Well, you know what happens when you change defenses, Jay? Offenses stand.
Yeah, well, but you had them doing that anyhow. Pierre Lewis with the backside board will bring it ahead. Weatherington.
No foul.
Up and in. Weatherington with 6, 21-12. Whistle carrying the basketball. Terry Hawk said, you can't do that. 21-12, Titans trail by 9. They led 8-6. Pierre Lewis picked up his second foul at that point, and Cleveland Heights took over. Now
3-2.
Grant in the corner for 3, got nothing. Back comes Yahil Hill. All the way to the hole. Took the contact, no, but Tyreek Smith can shrug off the contact and score.
23-12 with 4:40 remaining.
You know,
and back to man.
You know, one team is working a lot harder for their points than the other right now.
Yeah.
Weatherington all the way to the hoop, throws up a wild one, knocked it down. Weatherington with 8, timeout, John Rossitano.
You know, Jay, they are denying Grant on the perimeter.
Well, absolutely they are.
Yeah.
Well, in his last 2 games, he's had 25 and 30.
Other than Grant, I mean, you can pretty much run an offense if you show some patience. And I think, you know, ball reversal and attack, I think you have to get the ball from one side of the floor to the other, which is something we're not doing.
I'd like to thank our viewers who tuned in, Bob, on Facebook Live, something new tonight. We'll be back a little bit later with some more action for you.
You know, Jay, this is Will Brand's first year with Cleveland Heights.
Is it his first? I thought
I
it
believe
might have
it
been
is his
second.
first.
Okay, I don't know.
And,
I think he was the coach at Cleveland Central Catholic.
yep.
Took them to the state finals and
Yep.
was a questionable technical away from a state title.
Sure was.
But I also remember him as an assistant coach at Cleveland Heights, I believe, when Jim Capoletti was the coach. I could be mistaken, but if it wasn't him, it was his twin brother. Heights has the ball on the reset, 4:19 to go in the half. They also have a 9-point lead. Back to Roberts. There's
No travel?
There's a pair of travel. A travel, a spin, and a travel. And 32, Jonathan Miller just into the game, turns it over for the Titans.
You know, it's so hard to do when you're down. And again, we're down by 9, but I mean, I just think we can get better shots. I think we have
Back
to be
to man to
patient.
man now. This is where we got stagnant. I'm surprised they gave us to look at the zone a little bit more with the ball screen. Pierre Lewis settles for 3, got nothing. Nice check out there. Lamaro Smith, boy, if you watch this game, rewind it and look at the textbook checkout right there on the perimeter.
Use that 1-4
high
set.
look, which makes it very difficult to back up the post. And here he comes. They run it cross screen for Smith and then get it out the hill at the top of the circle for 3.
Yeah.
See, you isolate your 2 best players there. Hill sets the cross screen for Smith, who goes down in the post. They double that, and then Hill pops up on the elevator screen. Grant, 4 points for Devon, and it's down to a 10-point lead. This is Roberts. He pulls left-handed 3-ball good. Javon Roberts has 9 points to lead Cleveland Heights.
Nice crossover.
Grant,
Come on.
back of the rim, pushes it back up with one hand. Had time to bring it down. Hill has
They're
a
off
rebound.
for the races again.
Roberts again throws it up, missing the dunk, and back comes the Lorain. This is Grant on Hill, tries to go behind his back, lost it. Crite needs to shoot it. Whistle, Grant sent to the floor. The whistle could be for a team 3 seconds. The foul is on Lamaro Smith, number 5. But boy, were they in there a long time. Day-Day Grant's going to go to the line for 2 throws. Even the easy ones aren't easy. You had your best one-on-one player one-on-one, and you got to go to the line to get a point. And that's all you can get as the first one pops out. Jodeci Crite in for Jordan Jackson. Cam Davis in for Jodeci Crite to the bench. Jaden Sledge in for Lorain. Had them reversed as they exchanged. Second one up and in. Grant with 5. 29-17. Heights just kind of getting a working lead there. Roberts took a lot of contact coming up the court there.
No call.
Hill and Davis. They want it inside to Lamaro Smith. And they get it inside. There was a bully move.
That was
He gets
well
it
done.
back. Weatherington goes and gets it. Grant. Whistle. This is going to be, I have no idea what this is. Grayson Green got caught doing something he shouldn't have, someplace where he shouldn't have done it because he was nowhere near the ball. So the Titans will have to inbound it at the 28-foot, actually up a little higher. Sledge will do that.
That is their 6th. So
It's
we're
one-on-one
shooting
for the last
after
2
this.
minutes. Titans with 3 fouls only, but 2 of them are on Pierre Lewis. Good ball pressure there. They get it back to Pierre Lewis. Spins in the lane, up and under, kicks it over Jaden Sledge. 3-ball.
Big basket. Needed that one. 29-20 with 1:40 left.
Needed it for the crowd as much as anything. 29-20, that wakes him up a little bit. Jaden Sledge can get it going, too. Hill all the way to the hoop. Threw it to Smith, who was unable to one-hand it out of bounds. It's theirs. Weaver on the line. So Day Grant had a foot on the line.
Oh, double screen, and he slipped it.
Wow, Lamaro Smith slips the screen for a wide-open backside layup. They have some very nice out-of-bounds sets.
They do.
31-20 Heights with 1:10. Grant. Weatherington goes up strong. David Weatherington with 10.
Weatherington's having a heck of a half, Jay.
10 points.
But
turnover, back comes Pierre Lewis. He needs to get rid of it. He can't afford one. Sledge on the missed dunk, lays it up and in. Jaden Sledge with 5.
Down by 7.
31-24. Tyreek Smith. It says, let's calm down a little bit. Let me get it to Roberts, and we'll walk it up and maybe
they're going to play for one, Jay.
Well, they might. They're going to play for a layup. Hill sends Smith down to the top of the circle. The jitterbug, Cam Davis, sends it to the ground. Whistle. He didn't have the ball.
Oh, no, you can't call timeout without possession of the ball.
Coach Mitch Gillum.
Come on now.
Coach Mitch Gillum is in danger of blowing the big artery in his neck. They gave him a timeout while the ball was free.
Oh, my. Wow.
And that's what the questioning is about for the Lorain High coaching staff. And I'm sure that Joe Bach, when he's done with this, if you're watching on TV 20, you'll have a half a dozen good looks at what we saw live. And unless my eyes deceive me, the ball was rolling around and we were about to pick it up.
It was.
So 31-24, Cleveland Heights. Titans with a little bit of a run to get back within 7. And we're going to have a steal and a layup. And, Cam Davis created it, and Jaden Sledge was closing in on picking it up. And
Wow.
And I don't think anybody has offered an explanation as to what just happened.
Well, I mean, it's obviously they have been charged with the timeout, so.
Well, but I mean, nobody's given Coach Rossitano an explanation as to what happened. Yeah, Hill takes it against Cam Davis, 25 seconds to go.
Oh, well, we have 2 fouls.
I'm not sure what that was all about. I mean, unless it was to get Jordan Jackson into the game and get Pierre Lewis out. You know that? That could have been.
Oh, gee, that's pretty good. Pretty slick thinking on your part.
Jodeci Crite in replacing Jaden. Well, you don't want. You sure don't want Pierre Lewis to pick up a third foul.
You would have subbed at the timeout, Jay.
Well, but he had him at the table, and they wouldn't let him in.
I got you.
So I don't know. Cam Davis on defense, and then there was a travel right there.
15 seconds.
Switched his pivot foot. And underhands it to the cheerleaders. Titans with 9.
Here comes Lewis back.
Here comes the offense. Sledge and Lewis in. Davis and Crite out with 9 seconds to go. Titans
down to 6.
Jackson. Sledge.
Yo!
Weatherington had a rebound off his hand. And that'll be the end of the half. 31 for Cleveland Heights, 24 for Lorain. Titans end the half on a 5-0 run, though, Bob.
Yeah. Oh, we needed that badly, Jay.
And outscored Heights in the quarter, 16-12.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back with more action after this timeout. And we'll be back to Facebook Live in just 1 minute.
Hi, my name is Rafael Bruno. I am 17 years old and I just finished the 12th grade at Lorain High School. I was in the Lorain Automotive Career Tech Education Program. I just wanted to get my hands dirty, and I got to do that a lot in automotive. I just fell in love with the program, and I learned so much from working on cars. It made me feel good that I could do this for people. Also, I took welding and learned how to weld mufflers together. I learned that you need to adapt because you need to know what you are doing at all times. My instructor, Scott Krishenko, taught me that. He looks mean at first, but you find out really fast that he's nice. I want to thank him for all the opportunities that he gave me. Krishenko took time to connect me to the Tri-Seek advisor who helped me get to the program. It was a good experience. I know what I'm doing with my future, and I'm doing it thanks to Lorain High's Automotive and Career Tech program.
Listen to me. I have 30 seconds.
What did you about me?
About being a kid with a disability.
I am a joker.
I am a songwriter.
And I'm here to learn.
I am a girl who likes math and science.
I am going to be random tutorial.
Hey, I'm speaking up.
And I am not.
And I'm not.
And I am not going to be bullied. Got it?
Back here at Lorain High for the second half of Lorain and Cleveland Heights. And we call it round one, Bob. These teams will meet again in February at Cleveland Heights. Heights with the advantage here, 31-24 as we start the third quarter. Number 2, Devon Roberts leading their way with 9. 8 for Grayson Green. They're two big athletes. Hill right here shooting a 3.
Yeah, they ran him off a double for that.
Pierre Lewis with the rebound. Hill has 3, and Tyreek Smith, the Ohio State footballer, has 4. For Lorain, David Weatherington leads all scorers with 10 points. I don't know if anybody saw that coming, but he's been very, very active offensively, which is a good thing because you got 2 points out of your second and third leading scorers. Pierre Lewis scoreless and Jordan Jackson with a basket.
Wow, they do a pretty good job of keeping the ball on
I was
one
going to
side
say,
of
we're
the
not
floor,
getting the ball
man. I'll
reversed.
tell you that.
That kind of a hockey pass there that Titans picked up. Screen. Did you see?
Nice.
Nice spin move by Crite. Did you see Tyreek Smith hit the screen? Jodeci Crite had no choice but to roll. He was on the way. He was bumped that way. Off the front of the rim by Green. That's the first hasty shot I can remember them taking. But then Hill gets a turnover. Whistle.
Yeah, that's going to put Smith at the line.
I don't think so. I think the blocking call, it was the foul is on Jordan Jackson, his first.
Oh, my. See, I thought, okay.
It was the charge before the lob.
I got you.
Or the block charge before the lob. Tyreek Smith had it knocked away. Weatherington might have got away with a reach-in, but he thought the ball went off Smith's foot. Now they're going to put Coach Rossitano back on his side of the 50. He was down by Steve Cawthon, for those of you that know how the Lorain High gym lays out. Green lobs it in. Layup. Lamaro Smith with 4 now. He had another one on a double screen that he slipped on a out-of-bounds play. So his 2 points, 2 baskets have come on out-of-bounds plays. 33-26. Heights by 7. Jordan Jackson all the way to the hole, lays it up and in. Boy, was that an assertive move. Did you see the big first step there?
Much more confident.
33-28, down to 5. They let, whistle. Let's see, Jackson, his second. He becomes the second player in the game with 2 fouls, joining teammate Pierre Lewis. You know, unfortunately for Rain, Tavon picked up a foul early away from Tyreek Smith. And, you know, that's what forced him to the bench. They need that size to combat Smith. Hill, nice use of the screen.
Yeah.
Comes off the curl and knocks it down. He's got 5. 35-28. Grant into traffic, gives it to Weatherington. Has trouble picking it up. Gets it back, wing-wangs it across the court into a turnover. Hill's going to get a layup here. Nope, he's going to pass it off. Weatherington's going to get the foul, and it was a good one because it affected Javon Roberts' layup there. He's going to have to go to the line and earn them.
I thought there were other places to pass the ball for Weatherington down at that end.
I thought.
But, you know, Jay, as impressed as I am with Cleveland Heights' half-court defense, if you remember that Cleveland Central Catholic team that went so far,
Yep.
I thought their defense was incredibly good. I mean, with a lot of energy.
And 2 Division I players.
Yeah.
Weatherington out,
really
Cam
good.
Davis in.
The only reason I mentioned it's same coach. I mean, they both obviously do a good job of teaching the defensive end of the floor.
That was Damian Lillard, who's at Bowling Green right now, and the other player whose name slips my mind is starting at Nevada, Las Vegas. Another cross-court pass gets Grant 2-on-1 with Kreit. Jodeci never gave him any space, missed the tip. Green with the rebound. The one place you don't want to be there when your teammate's coming down 2-on-1 is in the middle. Pierre Lewis.
Look.
All the way to the hole.
Okay, well done.
Gets him off the schneid. I think for the good of the game, we had to get him a basket somehow.
Cuts it to 7 with 5:26 left.
Now, it's been as high as 13, all the way to the hole. Roberts, and there's going to be a foul, and it's going to be on Kreit. His first.
You know, they have 2 guards that can beat you off the dribble. You know, taking a charge here might be appropriate.
Well, we had 4 fouls the entire first half. We now have 4 in the first 2:40 of the second half.
Yeah.
Javon Roberts back to the line for 2 throws. This is the second of those 4 that's been a shooting foul.
You know, and Roberts appears to run the show more.
Yeah, he's got the ball in his hand.
Yeah, he does. I was accustomed to seeing Hill with the basketball over the last couple of years, and Roberts does a nice job. Hill's playing off the ball.
And accepting it. And accepting his role. 2 throws for Roberts, who now has 13. A little bit more length. Keith Jackson into the game with 5 points. 6'5" senior. To guard Pierre Lewis for a while.
Well, their entire...
We've got to quit throwing. Break there as Jackson doinked it off the knee of Hill. But how many times are we going to try and throw across the midline against their full court pressure? But we're getting it in so deep that we can't stay behind the ball. Cam Davis gets it across. He's going to have to watch out for back pressure. And Jordan Jackson catch and shoot 3.
Nice.
7 for Jackson. Cuts it to 6. 39-33. Hill into Tyreek Smith and tried to cut off the post. Grant went to the floor and got it.
Here we go.
Pierre Lewis against Hill. Up.
No foul? I thought he's on his arm.
He's got to get square there, I think. Whistle. Charge. Wow, Javon Roberts. The little bug got underneath Javon Roberts, and he got caught pushing him off. I thought when the whistle blew, Cam Davis had a foul. And instead, it'll be warding off, and the Titans will get the ball back on the turnover. Each team unhappy with the referees in the last couple possessions. Pierre Lewis has Smith in the high post one-on-one. Jackson fakes the 3, takes it to the hoop.
Wow.
Lays it up and in.
He's been attacking the basket terrifically.
Jordan Jackson with 9. Here comes Roberts against Grant. Cam Davis is, watching him off the ball, he's one of those guys you'd hate to play against him in an open gym or anything, because I'm sure he plays the same way all the time. Just under your skin a little bit. Nice pin down screen there. They tried to run the give and go, and the Titans give a foul. Cam Davis with his second. They run that pin down, Bob, for Hill very well, where he sits in the post and they down screen to get him out of there. He curls. Smith over Pierre Lewis. Tay got part of it, and Cam comes back. 4 on 3, but pulls out and thinks better of it. Jordan Jackson. Titans trail by 4, which is as close as they've been since the end of the first quarter.
Jump hook.
Pierre Lewis forces it up with the wrong hand and knocks it down. 39-37. Titans just, Hill all the way. Wow, what a shot that was. Not because of anything other than the fact that he had lost control of the ball and was able to gather it back on the way up. Grant, pull up 17-footer.
Yes.
Players making plays now, Bob.
Yeah, no doubt.
Tay Pierre Lewis with a layup. Devon Grant with a pull-up jumper sandwiched in between Yahil Hill. Strong move to the basket. Jordan Jackson, 7 in the quarter. And Facebook Live, thank you for coming. We'll see you later. 41-39, Cleveland Heights.
Jay, Lorain High took the timeout?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, you're right. Okay. Right. That was. Oh, no, I think we did take that timeout. Nevertheless.
Yeah, I guess we did, because they used one and we had used one in the first half.
I'm having a tough time putting my finger on it, Jay, on the game. I don't have a feel for it.
You know what? I think I've seen Jordan Jackson's aggressiveness off the wing, number one, and I think in the first half they played a little bit in awe of Cleveland Heights. And I think specifically Tyreek Smith, the big body inside, we gave him too much respect.
Well, he has not hurt us at all.
Well, big dogs bark late. I don't like to say that till the end. Down with it is Keith Jackson. Kicked out of bounds by Jordan Jackson. 15-10 in the quarter for Lorain.
He's calling this out of bounds play, Albany.
There's the back screen and step out. Hill uses the bump well and then gets it back out. 3-ball. Siobhan Roberts can really stroke it. Timeout Cleveland Heights. Roberts with 7 in the quarter, 16 in the game. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
Jay, that timeout is kind of mystifying to me because they had just had one, a possession prior to that when Lorain High took the timeout. Why would he take that timeout right there after a score? They just came out of a timeout.
Buzz, I think that's another one of those things that I have trouble figuring out is unless it's to set your defense to a dead ball situation, I don't understand the quick timeout after a score.
Yeah.
And I've seen it more and more at the high school level. And, it's not for rest. That was a 30-second timeout. Yeah. You just came out of the timeout. So I'm mystified unless he wanted to adjust the pressure or something.
Well, let's see what changes
What they did was they backed off the pressure.
It off.
Titans had been attacking the basket better out of transition. Jackson up high gets it over to Grant, who they have allowed to catch the ball this half. Cam Davis penetrates, kicks out. That's Jodeci just doesn't have that jump shot. Pierre Lewis might have got away with a carry there as he went through the dribble handoff into the lane, crosses over again, wicks it in the corner. Grant, set shot 3, no. Rebound to the Heights with Lamar Smith. And out ahead of the play, and a layup and a really bad foul.
Yeah. Wow, if we take away those transition baskets, we're right there.
Grant's going to get his second. Javon Roberts again now has 9, looking for 10 in the quarter. Jodeci Crite is going to go to the bench for Jaden Sledge. A little bit more offense, and a little bit more offense in this substitution as Weatherington replaces Davis. So I think right now, until Leland Hall becomes eligible on Tuesday because of the transfer rule, that you have your best 5 scorers on the floor. Missing the shot, but then Heights gets a rebound. He gets a 3-ball, no. Pierre Lewis gathers in the rebound and he'll walk it up. 46-39. Titans had some golden opportunities they were unable to capitalize on. Whack. Lamar Smith with the roller derby moves.
Only their second.
Right. Cleveland Heights in the 1-and-1 for the last 10 minutes of this ball game, as Titans currently sitting on 6 fouls. Jackson goes back to gives it to Grant. Roberts on him. I mean, he's played both ends of the court. He's got 18, and Grant missed that one. Weatherington went and got it, threw it up off the back of the iron. Rebound to Heights. Higgins had it, and Hill controlled it. And over to Roberts it goes. Back cut there as the 3 goes up, and no checkout allowed Cleveland Heights to go get it off the top of the glass, and Jackson comes 4 on 2. It Titans with an advantage. Let's see if they press it and get. Oh, there's the pass he was looking for earlier. He lost control of the ball. Minute 15 to go, third quarter. Heights by 7. That's what they led by at the half. Grant running one-hander, no, blocking foul. Day-Day's going to get a couple of throws. I think it's Isaiah Higgins, yep. You know, it ought to be a rule. If you have a 1, you can't have a 10. Because sitting looking over these officials' shoulders, they give the 0-1 or the 1-0, and it looks the same. Grant to the line, 7 points. That one knocks down. 2 of 3 now from the line. 46-40. Grayson Green returns. He started the game and had 8 quick ones in the first quarter. Second one, good. Cam Davis in. Grant going to get a quick blow for a minute 9. Unless the Titans get it back in a dead ball situation, I would think he would return. Smith on the bench for Heights. Kick ball by Jordan Jackson on the entry as Roberts was trying to get it into Higgins, who has a 4-inch advantage over Weatherington in the post. Goes outside to Roberts. At this point, I'd rather have it in the post than have Roberts shooting the 3.
I think they're going to be very patient.
The pick and the roll, and a near turnover to a layup.
Nice no look.
Grayson Green, the layup. Javon Roberts the play, and he's been far and away the best player on the court tonight, Bob.
I totally agree, Jay. He really has.
You know, you had, going into this game, you had 4 guys you would have thought would have had a shot at being the player of the year in the LEL preseason, and he's been better than all 4 of them.
Yep.
Jordan Jackson tried to force his way to the hole, got knocked on the way up by Higgins. His 3rd foul. Jackson goes to the line. 7 points in the quarter, 9 in the game with 20 seconds to go. It's interesting.
Yeah, Javon Roberts has been the best player on the floor tonight, Jay, no doubt about it. I was coming in expecting to see Hill, number 3.
Well, like I
showing a lot of the offense run through him, and it just hasn't been.
Both teams with a big, both teams with a guard, and it's been the 3rd guy for Cleveland Heights. And this guy's been pretty good for Lorain. Jackson with 9 in the quarter. 48-43. He's going to get a blow. 20 seconds here, and then the quarter switch. Roberts has got the ball against Davis. You know, Coach Rossitano is going to have a tough decision to make going into the 4th quarter. You know, do I keep Cam Davis in for defense?
Down to 5 seconds, Jay.
Yeah, and look who just got a layup.
Wow.
Or do I give,
He's been outstanding.
They're not even going to inbound the ball. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We've played 3. 50 for Cleveland Heights. 30 or 43 for Lorain High. Back with the 4th quarter after this timeout.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Our little superhero looks pretty happy.
Yes, he does. I've been teaching him that eating healthy will make him grow up strong. It's so important that we both encourage him to eat healthy and exercise regularly, and that we live that way in front of him. You know, it's never too early to start.
I wish I had eaten healthier when I was his age.
Yeah, maybe if you had, you would have developed some special powers also.
92% of kids and teens have a poor diet, but you can change that. Teach your kids the importance of healthy eating in a language they can understand.
Back here at Lorain High, 4th quarter, Devon Grant handles for the Titans, trailing 50-43 to the Cleveland Heights Tigers. For Lorain, Jordan Jackson leads with 11 points. David Weatherington has 10. This is Pierre Lewis against Tyreek Smith. He forces his way in, has a layup off the rim. Weatherington gets with the body, I think. There's a lot of that body.
Jay, this is the best game I've ever seen Weatherington play.
And David Weatherington has...
I mean, look at the assignment he has here tonight. I mean, being undersized against those big bodies, and he's been productive.
Missed the first free throw here. 50-43. Weatherington had 10 points all in the first half. Didn't score in the third quarter.
Get in.
Knocks that one down to cut it to 6. The third quarter was all even at 19 apiece. The lead was 7 as it was at the half. Lorain trailed by 19-8 at the end of 1. So, Yahil Hill, he's their guy, and he gets it back and misses another one. Tyreek Smith missed it, and David Weatherington went up and got it and threw it to Crite, who gives it to Grant, to Pierre Lewis, who slams it home with 2 hands. Tay for 2, he's got 6. And then
Smith missed the response slam.
And then
Here
back
comes
comes
another
Pierre
one.
Lewis, and he gets whacked in the act by Grayson Green. Crowd up on their feet. Titans cut it to 4.
Wow, 7:03 left.
Pierre Lewis, first chance at the line, 6 points all in the second half, and has a chance to get the Titans back to within 2. They were there once in the third quarter, but were unable to tie it up. So it's a 3-point game at 50-47. Tay with 7.
Jay, we're going to be in the bonus for the rest of this.
Both teams
rest
are.
Of the game, yep.
So it may very well come down to foul shooting and things like the basketball gods right there. Front rim, backboard in. On the run.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson,
back pressure, turnover.
Grant.
Look out.
Gives it to Pierre Lewis. Grant gets it back for the lead. No. Jodeci wasn't ready for the short shot, and Cleveland Heights controls. Grayson Green. Yeah, he'll back it out. 50-48. Titans with the first 5 of the quarter. 20-point scorer, Javon Roberts, number 2. Weatherington's got that assignment.
I see we're not helping off of Roberts anymore, Jay.
Nice give by Yahil Hill, and Grayson Green with the layup. Heights with some breathing room at 52-48.
And that last possession, Weatherington was not helping off Roberts. He was in denial.
Well,
we've made a defensive adjustment.
Pierre Lewis with Smith on him. Grant, long 3. No. Nice checkouts by the interior guys at Cleveland Heights. One of them being Yahil Hill, and Roberts has the rebound. 52-48.
Back in denial.
Yep. The Nile is more than a river in Egypt right now. But he's able to come out to half court and pick it up. Weatherington getting a big screen, but then Pierre Lewis throws it to Tyreek Smith. Set shot 3, backside.
Ouch.
Wow, that hurts.
Oh.
Keith Jackson. And the lead's back to 7. 5-0 Cleveland Heights to answer the Titan run. Grant, Jackson. Jackson with Jackson. Jordan against Keith. Jordan picked up the dribble, gives it to Grant. Grant penetrates into the lane, gets the bump, throws it up off the glass. No. Rebound to Keith Jackson. Back comes Heights with Tyreek Smith, who will hold it up. Nice crossover by Keith Jackson, and he goes all the way to the hole.
Yeah, timeout.
He's in double figures now with 10, and the lead goes from 2 to 9, just like that.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, we'll take timeout and step away here as well. 57-48, back with more after this.
Hi, my name is Diogene Payne. I'm 18 years old and in 12th grade at Lorain High School. I'm studying mechanical engineering and robotics through Lorain High's Career Tech Education program. I'm also working on my 2-year college degree through Titan College's College Credit Plus program. In CTE's Mechanical Engineering and Robotics program, we get to use our mind and imagination to create anything we want. My teacher, Mr. Bogan, really made applied math fun. Bogan's a really good teacher and he makes making friends easy. He cares, he does his job. It makes it a lot easier for us to understand and we are able to do it. He has really high expectations for us. I learned how to read blueprints, how to create a robot. It's mind-blowing how easy it can be if you just put your mind to it. As for Titan College's College Credit Plus program, it's a lot of homework, but if you're not lazy, you can figure it out. Sometimes taking college credits in high school can be overwhelming, but it keeps you from slacking off because you know it's on your college transcript. The teachers in CCP are really professional and expect more from us, but they understand that we are still high school students. I'm really grateful for this program. There are no excuses for not doing it. Thanks to Titan College and Career Tech, I will have more than a year of college coursework completed by the time I finish high school. Thanks to my Career Tech mechanical engineering classes, I have a hands-on basis for what I want to do, and that makes me feel really confident. CTE gave me this confidence. If it wasn't for this program, I wouldn't want to be in this career field. I know what I want to do, and it's all thanks to the Lorain High's Mechanical Engineering Career Tech program and Titan College.
Back here at Lorain, Cleveland Heights with a nifty 7-point run after the Titans had gotten to within 50-48. And 4:49 to go as Jordan Jackson walks it up. Now interesting, they take the ball away out of the hands of Devon Grant. Pierre Lewis took the hit at half court.
Got lucky there.
Yeah. Grant going to penetrate against Jackson, kick to the corner. Jordan, Devon fakes the three. See, this is, they switch. Now Grant's got Tyreek Smith. He's got to take him. And three ball in the corner. Jordan Jackson, no. Weatherington had it knocked away, out of bounds to the Titans. Good work, David Weatherington. Grayson Green, last man to touch it.
Jay, it just dawned on me, I've been having a problem, as you know, this whole game. You have to make perimeter shots.
Well,
because they're taking dribble drive. They help too quickly,
we aren't
too well, too early.
And they close out very well. That's what the problem with the perimeter shots has been, is they do a nice job because we use the fake perimeter shot to penetrate. And we haven't been able to do that. Jordan into the lane, off the glass. No, Smith with a board. 4:05 to go as Jackson gives it to Roberts. Cam Davis on him, looking for help on the ball screen. Davis forces it out of his hands, and then he gets it back, fakes the three, and backs it up to outside above the volleyball line.
What they're doing now
with the left.
is they're playing right off of his penetration.
Well, and you know what they haven't adjusted to? They got to take the left hand away. He's left-handed. He's
as left-handed as they get. But right now they're running their offense through his penetration.
Right, and 59-48. Three ball from Weatherington pops out. Smith with an easy board, and Cleveland Heights has grabbed control of this one again.
Ooh.
Traveling on the rodeo move. The bull lost because we got riding time and the ball.
Oh, that is funny, riding time with the ball. Very funny.
Jaden Sledge back for Lorain. Down the lane, Grant lost it, turned it over.
They're up by 11 here with 3 minutes. Let's see what they do. They're pulling it out.
This is not a good matchup right here. Jackson dumps it down to Smith. Smith faces the basket. He's looking to be a facilitator.
Wow, I'm surprised that shot's taken.
Well, timeout. Timeout Cleveland Heights. When Tyreek Smith got up on 1 foot, coach called the timeout. 2:46 to go. Cleveland Heights by 11.
That leaves them two, but I don't think it's very critical for them.
Well, it leaves them. According to the scoreboard, they have 3. We have 2.
Oh, that's right. You're correct. Sorry.
It's a full timeout.
I was surprised at that last shot because I think the coach here, I mean, they run a lot of sets, and I see him calling them out, and they get in them. I mean,
and that may be
they're
another reason for the
they're well rehearsed. I think that shot contributed to taking that time out. I really do.
And you know, right now, I'm sure that part of the message that is being sent at the Cleveland Heights huddle is we've played too well to let them back in this.
We're not going to shoot Lorain High back into the game.
And the only way that they're going to beat us is if we help them.
Yeah,
we are plus 11.
Yep.
We're shooting 1-1. We have the ball. You know, we shouldn't have any problem getting it where it needs to go.
Well, and I'll tell you, you and I both came in expecting Hill to run the show, and I'm very impressed with this Javon Roberts.
Well, the
6'1" senior.
He hasn't scored in the fourth quarter. But
yeah, but he had 20 going into the fourth quarter.
Hadn't needed to. Instead, Grayson Green's got 6 for a total of 14, 6 in the fourth quarter. 2:46 to go. Cleveland Heights with the ball and an 11-point lead. Titans need defensively to make something happen. Not just get a stop, they need a turnover. And ideally, scoring off a turnover. That's Hill against Davis. Davis picks it from behind, turns him over. Cam's going to get caught, lays it up. No, Pierre Lewis with the two-hand slam. Bam! 10 for Tate, and the lead is back to 9.
Well, there's that turnover for a score you talked about.
Yeah. Jordan Jackson defensively against Keith Jackson. Green on the baseline gives it up to Jackson for the layup.
Yeah.
Jackson with 12. 61-50. Going to be under 2 here. And the air is just about out of this one as Cam penetrates and pitches to Jaden Sledge for the step-in layup. 61-52. You can't come back if you can't score 2 in a row. Hill gets it to Roberts, and then it comes back out to Roberts. Roberts penetrates around Grant, but he didn't want to go that way. If he goes that way, he's coming back out. Grayson Green down low. Lost off the hands of
Tate was
Smith.
ball watching, got back cut. Yep. Very fortunate.
Minute and a half to go. 3-possession lead. Let's start to think of it in terms of possessions now. 61-52. Weatherington for offense for Lorain. Lamaro Smith for defense for Cleveland Heights.
And Coach Ross just told the official if we score, we're taking an immediate timeout, obviously, to set up
here's the
full-court pressure.
Ubiquitous ball roll. Picked up by Pierre Lewis, and on the run, Weatherington had trouble with it. Pierre Lewis fakes the 3. Somebody's got to take one, fellas. Grant pull up 15-footer.
Timeout.
Is true, timeout. Grant into double figures with 11, down 7. But it's the same 7 they've been down since they were down 11 at the end of the first quarter.
You know, I think Coach Rossitano coaches the end of close games pretty well. Sub timeouts. I mean, he does a pretty nice job. You know, Coach Curry and I were talking about that the other day. I mean, he really does.
I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah.
And, you know, that might sound trite because he's a friend of ours, but that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not. No, he's on top of it. Now, he's had a pretty good teacher.
I agree with that.
The big ball-headed guy was pretty good at it, too.
You know, what you have here is you got so many things to manage.
Yeah, well,
at one time. You've got offense, you've got defense, you've got score, you've got foul situations.
Fatigue. A lot of his timeouts are fatigue timeouts. Yeah, he does a nice job.
I mean, Jordan Ruiz has played maybe 2 minutes in this game. Other than that, the Titans have gone with the 5 on the floor now, and Jodeci Kreit and David Weatherington. So they've played 7 and a spot. Okay, so Cleveland Heights will inbound with 1:17 to go, getting it in to Green, who gets it right back to Keith Jackson.
Yeah, they cut through when you trap.
Yeah, Hill can't be baited into a shot.
Nope.
He's been playing varsity since he was a freshman, and a very good freshman. Grant goes over to challenge.
No, I don't think this delay game is anything to write home about.
There's a foul, finally.
Especially when you have 2 guards like
I don't think the court was spread very well.
No,
And if I'm going to hold it, I want Jackson up top too, because he gives you some size and outlet and can handle it pretty well. Weatherington for Davis for offense and defense. Hill at the line, 2 shots. I'm sure he remembers the end of the game last year when he missed some free throws that cost Cleveland Heights the game, and not going to do it again. Well, he's got 8, Bob. Would you have taken that going into the game?
Would I have taken that going into the game? Yeah, I would have taken. What did you say Smith has?
This is Hill's got 8 and Smith's got 4.
I would have taken that in a heartbeat.
9 and 4, 13 for their two big guys, and they've got a 9-point lead under a minute. You got to get them up quicker than that, fellas. Pierre Lewis, no. Weatherington had it and lost it out of bounds to Lorain. 42.8, down 9. You can't take 2s now.
No, you can't take 2s now, and you have to gamble. You have to foul immediately, and hope for misses. And
Tyreek Smith in for one of the guards, just to put a taller player on Jordan Jackson. Grant's pass was knocked away by Lamaro Smith, who's 6'3" guard. They went for size here. You've got Hill, and then the smallest player on the floor is 6'3". Weatherington play for Grant, back out for Pierre Lewis. Set shot on the way, too flat over the backboard, out of bounds with 33.6 seconds. Cleveland Heights going to come out of here with the win, Bob.
They are, but I'm glad to see Coach Ross still coaching as if he's only up, or as if he's only down by 1.
Crite and Davis back in for defense.
Play the full 32 minutes.
And learn how to play the end games for when you need them. That's Yahil Hill up the sideline. Now backs it out. Going to use the full 10 to get it across. Now he's going to penetrate around, throws it off, knocked away by Jordan Jackson. Out of bounds with 21.8.
Well, as well as I have felt they've played up to this point in time, I don't think they're playing well with the lead, Cleveland Heights. Especially with those 2 guards.
Yeah. And there's a whistle and a foul, and I agree 100%, Bob. Cam Davis gets the foul. Yahel Hill is going to go back to the line. This will get him in. They've got him with 11. I've got him with 9. Good, that put him in double figures.
Yeah, their guard tandem is about as good as you're going to see in high school basketball. It really is.
Yep.
Both seniors, both 6'1".
You know what, Bob? They have not played anybody who's not a senior. Whistle, foul, no basket. Grant's going to have to go to the line. The foul is Javon Roberts, and I think that's one you put in the back of your mind. I don't know what that was all about, but if I'm Devon Grant, that's what I'm thinking about the next time I'm playing. Because all they had to do was let him score, and the game was over. Instead, they chose to make life miserable. Day-Day's first one up and in.
Jay, did you see our game against Lutheran East? Okay. All right. Lutheran East has to be good.
They're going to be better the next time we see them.
Yeah.
They've got 3 transfers coming eligible.
They only lost to Heights by 2.
Okay. I did not. Basketball's such a game of matchups, and they're so big and long. We don't match up well with Cleveland Heights at all, and they're going to just take this one home back to University Heights. 65 for the Tigers, 55 for the Titans, and Lorain just couldn't get over the hump.
No, Jay, it's hard to figure out. I'm still very uneasy about it, because if you would have told me, again, Smith and the guard, number 3, I keep mispronouncing his name, Hill, that would come out of this with only 14 Is that what they ended up with as a tandem?
11.
15. I would say, we'd be in a great position, but I was quite surprised. They especially with Roberts, 6'1" senior guard. He's very impressive tonight. Was the best player on the floor.
Well, we're going to keep this one here and wrap it up. A long night of basketball. Cleveland Heights comes out with wins at the freshman, JV, and varsity levels tonight. Yeah. For the here's the tale of this game, Bob. In my overly analytical, mathematical mind, Lorain led 8-6. Cleveland Heights took a 10-8 lead with 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Pierre Lewis picked up his second foul. He came out of the game. Cleveland Heights went on a 9-0 run to end the quarter. It was 19-8. Coach Rossitano went back to Pierre Lewis to start the second quarter, and we were down 11 at the end of one and lost by 10.
Okay.
So that 9-0 stretch with Pierre Lewis on the bench really cost Lorain. And we've known all season that one of the flaws in the Lorain lineup, if you will, is we only have one kid with any size. And when Tate had to go to the bench tonight, it really played into Cleveland Heights' length and girth. And they were strong.
Yeah, well, I was impressed with Cleveland Heights. Until the end, I didn't think they played well with the lead the last minute or so. But I'm just looking at their losses for the year. They lost to Springfield, who I know is ranked and is highly regarded. They lost to St. V's by 4. You and I saw that scrimmage.
St. V's is very good, and they're going to, they're going to be in a district final for sure.
Shaker by 15. Shaker scored 99 against them.
Shaker has
maybe the best player in the
Christian Guess, who's become one of the great players. And they would have trouble. He's a 6'6" wing player. They don't match up well with him.
Right. But I mean,
he scored 57 in a game this year, to tell you the kind of talent he is.
Yep. Perplexing game for me to try to figure out. I'm still struggling with it. I am impressed with Cleveland Heights. I do think they're beatable. Obviously, 4 other teams have beaten them. And I think we're getting better, especially now that we've got a third score. I think things are looking up for Lorain High. And, of course, that you mentioned the freshmen and the sophomore scores. Those were all freshmen out there playing for us, and they held their own very well.
Well, the Titans get back at it Saturday night. They host Clearview in that annual rivalry game. So if you see this before then, come on out.
Jay, is Clearview undefeated?
No, they just lost their last game. Bay beat them.
Okay.
But for my friend Joe Bach, who's put in long hours on his feet on the camera and the computer and the cell phone and social media, director of all media, Joe Bach. For my good friend Bob Braskich, this is Jay Ferguson reminding you it's a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.